Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Janelle Slade. Jay is off tonight. Snow in the east, fires in the west. Tonight, a look at the devastation from coast to coast, plus the incoming storm headed to our region. Well, tonight, a big part of the country is dealing with the aftermath of a powerful pre-winter storm. That storm already being blamed for at least 8 deaths. Hillary Lane has more from New York City.
More than a month before the official start of winter, this is what much of the U.S. looked like on Thursday. An unusually early, unusually strong winter storm dumped snow and freezing rain along a path that stretched from Alabama to Maine.
I don't ever recall having snow in November before Thanksgiving. It's pretty though.
The forecast had called for heavy weather, but it appeared to catch communities off guard. In New Jersey, drivers were slipping and sliding as they struggled to navigate suddenly snow-covered streets.
Pretty slippery out there. I saw some trucks spinning their wheels.
The worst of it arrived in New York City at the worst possible time, just before rush hour. A chain reaction crash brought traffic to a halt on the George Washington Bridge between New York and New Jersey. The standstill on the roads led to dangerous overcrowding inside the normally bustling Port Authority. The last time New York City saw significant snow in November was 6 years ago. Many say this pre-Thanksgiving storm caught them by surprise. In Missouri, icy roads caused a salt truck to tip over. And in Indiana, treacherous conditions forced drivers to slow down.
Just traveled for about a quarter mile and I've slid back and forth already, and I'm not even going fast.
The White House was covered in snow by mid-afternoon. It was the earliest recorded snowfall in Washington in 22 years. Hillary Lane, CBS News, New York.
Tonight, nearly 200,000 homes and businesses remain without power. Moving east to west, Bob, rain and snow on tap for Montana.
I'm afraid so. Today was a beautiful day, so you might call this the warm before the storm, yes. Because let me show you what's going to happen. This is our winter weather advisory. It covers more than half of the western part of the state, and you can see various amounts of snow expected. The 4 to 8 and 5 to 10 inches, that's up in the higher elevations. The lower amounts, that's what we're expecting to see down in the plains and some of the valleys out west. So here's how this thing's going to play out tonight. You'll see it's still jammed up in Canada, but by tomorrow morning it starts off as rain in Billings and Miles City. Then the cold air moves in, changes that rain to snowfall by maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then throughout the rest of the day, it continues to snow. After that, by Friday, it continues to push its way into Wyoming into Saturday morning. And then here's how much snow we're going to get. We're expecting to only see a ½ inch of snow in Billings because the first part is going to be about rainfall moving in. But some of the bigger mountains like Bozeman will see about 3 1/4 inches. Missoula will see about 1 1/2 inches of snow. We'll have more on that coming your way in a few more minutes, Janelle.
All right, thanks, Bob. The deadly wildfires in California now blamed for at least 66 deaths and more than 130 people still missing in Northern California. The Camp Fire has destroyed 8,700 homes. The city of Paradise completely wiped out. Some victims now being told it could be up to 6 months before they can return to where their homes once stood. Now, across the state, the air quality has shut down businesses and schools because it is just too dangerous to go outside. Well, here in Montana today, Governor Steve Bullock put forth his proposed 2-year budget that now goes before the 2019 legislature. It has some new programs and new investments for the state. But as MTN's Mike Dennison tells us, Republican lawmakers say the budget has something they definitely don't like: tax increases.
Bullock unveiled his budget at a Capitol News conference. $10.3 billion in spending over 2 years, an increase of about 7% over the current budget. It includes full extension of Medicaid expansion, a $550 million a year program that provides health coverage to 100,000 low-income adults, new money for preschool programs, schools, and the youth system, and $290 million in infrastructure.
It's time for us to invest in middle-class families, our state's infrastructure, and the core essential services that Montanans deserve.
But to help finance the package, Bullock wants to increase taxes and fees by about $100 million on rental cars, lodging, investment advisors, liquor, and tobacco. Republicans who control majorities at the 2019 legislature say that second part is not going to fly.
The public just voted no on tax increases. He's proposing them again. So, you know, we're not going to go along with that stuff.
Montana voters rejected a ballot measure supported by the governor to extend Medicaid expansion and raise tobacco taxes to help pay for it. Bullock said Thursday he didn't see the vote as a mandate saying tobacco shouldn't pay anything for its costs or that Medicaid expansion should be ended. He also said he's optimistic that some Republicans are open to discussing what needs to be funded and how to do it.
I don't think the Republican legislators that are saying that also want to get into the point where you're cutting essential services that Montanans rely on.
Thomas says he believes enough money without tax increases is available to fund the basics.
We want to work with the governor to get the budget in good shape and get it done and take care of the state's, programs that we do, our education systems, human services. We want to get this done and get it done well for the state of Montana.
So it looks like we'll have a discussion about what's essential and what's not when it comes to state spending. And taxes, I don't think we've heard the last of that debate either. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. Now, the legislature convenes in about 7 weeks on January 7th. Well, the current Billings city worker at the top of management celebrated retirement this afternoon. City Administrator Bruce McCandless will finish his career this week. Q2's David J. had a chance to talk with McCandless this afternoon. David.
Janelle, Bruce McCandless has worked in several jobs with the city of Billings and as a city administrator since January. Today, family, friends, and co-workers from the past and present enjoyed one last party with McCandless as a city employee. McCandless started as an assistant city administrator in 1990, left in 94, returned to Billings in 1998, and returned to working with the city in 2000. He has also worked in Kansas, Idaho, Michigan, and Colorado. He says he enjoyed time with the residents, the city council, and the city workers.
It sounds kind of cliche, but really it's the people that I get to work with. Our city employees are just so dedicated to the work that they do, and we need to be better at telling our story and good news stories. It has been such a pleasure working for the city. The job has been rewarding. It's given me the pay that has allowed me to support my family well.
The last official day for Bruce McCandless is Friday. He says he and his wife of 31 years, Cheryl, will continue living in Billings, and he may even consider serving on a city advisory board. Janelle?
All right, thanks so much, David. Well, 10 months after Billings' historic Babcock Theater closed for renovations, this week it reopens with modern touches and vintage charm. And tonight we take you inside for a look even before Friday's ribbon cutting. After 4 months of construction, the 1907 Movie Palace is being restored to its original glory, but with a few 21st century updates. New carpet, new paint, concessions, and 4K laser projection and surround sound are all new features inside the theater. The theater seats 750 people and is deemed the largest movie palace in the state of Montana. The Babcock will officially open 7 days a week and will play major box office hits. Future concerts are also a possibility.
Our heart was to turn it back into its original intent, which was the movie theater downtown, to keep the marquee lit every single day and invite people to come in during the day and in the evenings, bringing their date nights back downtown.
Now, the official ribbon cutting is set for tomorrow night, Friday at 6 p.m. with the inaugural Indiana Jones movie starting at 7. Well, another person who was no stranger to performing in Billings, Roy Clark. The country crooner passed away today after battling pneumonia. Clark brought in more than 11,000 people to the Metro back in 1985, and he was last in the Magic City in 2002. Most known for his incredible guitar skills and his time on the TV show Hee Haw, Clark was a mainstay in many homes. Clark was 85 years old. Coming up on tonight's 10 o'clock news, lung cancer, a scary diagnosis, but new technology is helping local doctors catch it early. Plus, tonight, drones are causing some high-flying trouble in Yellowstone National Park. We'll show you. And in sports, the PBR now punishing world champion bull rider Jess Lockwood for insensitive social media posts. Scott fills us in.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.